makes us a little safer. It's not that we're completely safe with recent attacks here,
right,
but it makes us safer, and we shouldn't let terrorism scare us not to be able to act.
Well, it's happening so frequently, it's hard to say people aren't afraid, but I get your point. That's the central point of terrorism. I want to bring in Zuhdi Jasser. We've got him on the telephone. And Zuhdi, we were talking earlier in the show. By the way, thanks for joining us on such short notice.
Sure.
We were talking earlier in the show about the somewhat the irony here that this is this airport is named after Ataturk, the father of modern Turkey, who was decidedly influenced by the West. He wanted a modernized country that wasn't steeped in religious, the rhetorical, angry religious movements that had sort of fueled strife in the Middle East. But it's coming back to that. Even the current president seems to be welcoming that sort of a society again. It's not unlike, in my mind, the Shah of Iran being toppled over by the Ayatollah. You've got some serious forces there that want to turn Turkey into a old school, dyed-in-the-wool Muslim nation, and they seem maybe they have a wind in their sails.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, this is about ISIS dividing the world into what is the land of Islam and the land of war. And people say, well, why would ISIS be attacking Turkey since they've been supporting the Islamist movements in Syria? But remember, Turkey is divided, and the biggest thing that's weakening ISIS is this exportation of mass movements of people out of Syria. The Sunnis are the majority of the ones that are leaving, and that's the constituency that ISIS would pull from. So they gain any act of terror outside Syria and Iraq gains a net gain for ISIS because it makes those places inhospitable for those refugees and makes them have to go back and be part of this war, this cosmic war against the Shia of Iran and Assad, and a sort of struggle for this battle for the soul of Islam that's happening. And we see targets in Europe and America and also in Turkey and anywhere that's trying to help those movements of people outside of the war-torn Syria.
Well, having said that, there's now talk of bringing Turkey into the EU. It's a member of NATO. Just what kind of role does the West have then in coming to the aid of Turkey and trying to help them push this back?
Well, the flip side of this problem is that Turkey right now is not run by secularists. It's run by basically the Muslim Brotherhood of the Turkish movement, which is the AKP. So I would tell you, as a reform-minded Muslim, the last thing I'd like to see is Turkey be hegemonized, sort of welcomed, because they don't necessarily, the Erdogans, the AKP, that large political movement, Islamist, does not share our values. So on the one hand, they feed our enemies, be it the Islamists of the Brotherhood or the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, which was based out of Turkey for many years. So they are not compatible with the ideas that we want to protect, which is why ISIS will continue to threaten freedom and threaten the West as long as we don't have a sound Syria policy, and that's been the primary problem.
Zuhdi, we've got to take a break. I'd like you, if you can, stay there. Of course, Captain Nash will get to you as well. Again, the breaking news, 2 explosions have shook the airport in Istanbul. Reports of up to 50 people are dead, dozens more injured. We're going to get even more details and discuss it next.